Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, we've got quite a stack of boxes to open right now. These have been delivered over the past several months. Mostly these four on the perimeter just recently came in, while I've been holding on to this one for quite some time because these are all very similar. They're all from dndmini.com. Most of this was pre-ordered stuff that finally came in, but back when I originally got it, there were promos and products that especially the promos I don't think are available anymore, that are going to be in these boxes that I cannot wait to take a peek at. So let's look at these two first, because they're very similar to something that we've just unboxed recently. So you should all be very familiar with this. And it is a Dungeons & Dragons Icons of the Realms, the Yawning Portal in Beds and Bottles set. Go check my review for the full unboxing of that, but that is essentially what you get. This is a fantastic dungeon dressing set, village tavern dressing set with beds, tables, chairs, especially the mugs of ale with foam, without foam, and I love that barrel stack there as well. So you get a bunch of pre-painted terrain, some, dungeon dressing. That's fantastic. One of my favorite released sets currently available. So that's one box down. The other box is going to be the counterpart to that, not to spoil anything. Now, while I am not as big of a fan of this one, it is still very cool. So this is the Dungeons & Dragons Icons of the Realms, the Yawning Portal in Bars and Tables set. This comes with just a bunch of stools, chairs, tables in various shapes, which I do like, and several bar components. You'll have to check dndmini.com for the current MSRP. When I originally got these from the website, they were nowhere near as expensive as they are now. These are like $60 or something now. They're over $50. When I got them, I think it was under 50. It was 40 something. All right, so then let's take a peek at these two. These are going to be essentially identical. The whole reason I even got what's in here is because when I ordered these, at the time, it was a pre-order, and the promotion was, if you pick up anything Boneyards related, you got a free promo. It was a website exclusive promo that we are about to take a peek at. So there's two things in this box, but this is by far the most exciting. This is the Dungeons & Dragons Kobold Skeleton promo pack. And yes, it does have the 4 Kobold Skeletons in it. Absolutely love it. I reached out to WizKids, either WizKids customer service or D&D Mini customer service, one of the two, and I said, hey, if I make multiple separate orders, as long as I include something Boneyard related in my order, can I still get this? Will one of these come in all of my orders? And they said yes. Of course, what I ordered was this, and at the time it was a pre-order, so I was, wondering if by the time this actually came in, which was months and months ago, would they have still set aside these promo packs for me? And yes, in fact, they did. So that's actually very, very cool. So I picked up this. I also picked up this, and with each one of these orders, I threw in one of these. Because those dressing sets are not Boneyard related, but these absolutely are. A Boneyard's Booster Pack, Icons of the Realms, Dungeons & Dragons Boneyard set. So in each of my orders for these, I threw in a Boneyard booster just so that I could get this. which means that's what this is also. Why did they ship them separately? Honestly, I don't know, and that's what kind of concerned me, because each of these were shipped separately, and this is all that was in the thing. And you know, this stuff has been out for a long time. I was afraid that they shipped those separately because they were out of these, and maybe they didn't set these aside for when my pre-orders came in. So after I received these in the mail, I emailed their customer service and I was like, hey, about the rest of those orders, the Boneyard Boosters and the Kobold Skeleton promo packs, are those still supposed to be shipping out? And they said yes. And like later that day, I got the shipping notification for these as well. So, and stay tuned, because we are absolutely going to open these boosters, because we got to find out what else we got. Of course, I have a whole Boneyard booster case unboxing on the channel. 4 separate videos, 1 brick per video, and I think we got the entire set, so it's not like we're actually looking for anything specifically in these, but it'll be cool to see what we end up getting in those also. And of course, another Skeleton Kobold promo pack, which was awesome. I'm not a big fan of how they did these, where it was online exclusive, but at least that made it a little easier to get, because sometimes those in-store retail brick and mortar exclusives are harder to get. But here we go. This is the, originally I placed 3 orders. You know, I had these 2 sets, this set, with a booster pack each to get a Kobold promo each. And the 3rd order, I can't exactly even remember what I have in here, because I got this way back when, and I planned on opening all 3 of them at the same time. Little did I know that it would take like 6 to 8 months to actually get these in. At the time, I don't think it was scheduled to be that long of a wait. So I've kind of just set this aside for, you know, 6 to 8 months. I cannot for the life of me remember what's in here. I hope that there's a Kobold Skeleton promo in here. I don't think that this box is big enough to hold one of these booster packs in it. So I don't know if I actually added one of those to this or not. I'm pretty sure I have a single figure in here, a single painted wizard or sorcerer or something, but we're about to find out. Oh, it was big enough to hold a booster pack. Oh, wow. Okay, so I actually got a bunch of stuff in here. So first of all, yes, we have a 3rd Boneyard booster pack. We also have a Cave Defenders pack. Remember those guys? I love these. This is the kind of warband that I wish WizKids would stick to, instead of doing those specific, you know, you look at the Kobold pack now, you look at the Orc warband pack, you look at that, I can't even pronounce it, it starts with an S, warband pack, where they're very cool, but they tried to fit in like specific different variations of different kinds of orcs, and I'm not a huge fan of that. This is perfect, where you have 3 generic kobolds, you have 2 generic bugbears, and you have 1 generic cave troll. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So that is that, and here is the single figure I got. Awesome, I absolutely love this guy. He's a Human Warlock. But the freaking coolest thing about him is, like, he's holding a sword in one hand, but he's holding a human spine attached to a skull in the other. Like, his staff is literally a human spine. This is one of the coolest single pre-painted figures that I came across, so I had to throw him in my order. And then, yes, we did get a 3rd Kobold Skeleton promo pack. I don't think I have any others, so I think this is it. I think this is all the Kobold Skeletons that I currently have. And the only way to have gotten those, at least at the time, was to place an order on dndmini.com and include a Boneyard item of some kind in your order to get those. These would have been fantastic, these Kobold Skeletons, to include in these boosters to get a whole bunch of them, but this was the only way that, because you know me, I'm going to want a big ol' horde of these guys. So that was the only way for me to get several of those sets. But now, folks, here we go. We are going to be opening up the Boneyard booster packs right here, right now, to see what we've got. Little mini booster box opening. Let's start with this one. Are we going to get another zombie T-Rex? Honestly, you know what I want more of? These bone nagas. That's what I want more of. But will we be lucky with that or not? Oh my gosh, no, we definitely weren't lucky with that, but we did get probably one of the least exciting guys. What does he call it exactly? An ochre jelly. Meh, wah, wah. Not too excited about him, but this guy, what was his name? A spawn of Caius or Kias. He's just like a humanoid with a bunch of that slime or slugs or whatever the heck those guys are all over him. We then did get a generic zombie, and this one I believe is the elf version of the zombie. And last but not least, okay, we did get something that I am very pleased with because I love having a bunch of these, the skeletal archer, just a generic skeletal archer. That's the next war band that I would love WizKids to do, is just skeletons. And not a bunch of different ones like dwarves and hobbits and all sorts of things. I just want human skeletons. Some holding spears, some holding swords, some holding bows and arrows, some holding crossbows. That's what I want. Will I ever get that? Probably not, because for some reason they love to be super specific with the figures in those packs. But there we go. We have booster pack number 1 down. My favorite figure from that pack was easily the skeletal archer. Here we go. Pack number 2. Oh, God. It's one of these gigantic slimes, which on one hand is kind of cool because it can actually hold other figures like inside of it. But again, back-to-back slimes. Ugh. And what's this one actually called? An Elder Black Pudding. Wah, wah. Very, very lame. And then what do we got here? These guys are actually pretty cool. These death slods. I like the sculpt. You can use them for pretty much any kind of like cave beast or underground nefarious figure. Of course, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't know what a death slot actually is, but I use these for all sorts of different kinds of things. Then we have this drowned, what is it, assassin? Yeah. Drowned assassin, which is just very cool as a, like festering, disgusting looking aqua zombie. And then last but not least, we have also another very lackluster figure. It's just that severed hand. Very small little figure. So this one, also kind of a disappointment. This death slod thing is probably my favorite out of that pack. So we have our third and final pack. Let's see what we've got. Maybe I'd be more excited about these if I hadn't already opened a full case of this, several months ago. But still, we're 2 for 2 on disappointments, kind of. Well, make that 3 for 3, because then we've got one of these guys. What is his name? An Odiug. Kind of a cool figure, but not too thrilled with that guy. And then what do we have here? We have just a generic, is this the vampire spawn? Yeah. Vampire spawn, which actually works better as a zombie than any of the zombie figures, in fact. That's cool. We got another generic zombie. I'm always liking the figures that are super generic. Here is a ghoul. Another kind of just cool generic looking figure. And last but not least, out of the 3 packs, we had what I said I really did not want earlier, and that is a skeleton, but this is the dwarf version of the skeleton, which I guess is fine, but I'm more of a humanoid, or like, I don't know, I guess a dwarf is a humanoid, but let's also take a peek at one of these Kobold Skeleton packs. I don't think I've opened one of these before, because like I said, I think the only way to get these was through the D&D mini thing. I don't think I've had any others of these, so Because I know we looked at the Orc Skeleton promo, but I don't think we've looked at the Kobold Skeleton promo. Oh, look at these guys. No, I am 100% positive we have not looked at the Kobold Skeletons. Look at that. So you get 4 of them. Very cool, very just generic, which is exactly how I like it. There is a kobold with a sword, a spear, a bow and arrow, and another one with a short sword or dagger. And I love it. Love it to bits. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And until next time.